things, let's go.
That's it. Love you guys. Let's go. Gang on me, gang on three. 1, 2, 3. Gang.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
What do the Las Vegas Raiders have left to play for? For one, they're playing for interim head coach Antonio Pierce's job. I'm sure you've heard all over the media that the players want to keep Pierce. The best way to show that is to go out there, play as hard as they can, execute for 60 minutes, and win. They can't do what they did against the Colts. What they did against the Colts wasn't a good look, just like the 3-0 loss to the Minnesota Vikings. You got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and the media has the Raiders beating the Denver Broncos Sunday. That brings me to my second reason why the Raiders have to win. They're playing the Broncos. You got to beat your division rivals. A win Sunday would go a long way toward getting the job because it would make Pierce undefeated against the AFC West. It would also put him over 500 at 5-4. Oh, and you don't want to lose to a team Josh McDaniels beat. Looking at the Colts game, there are a few things the Raiders did well and need to take with them to the season finale. There are also a few things they need to leave. Of course, they have to take Max Crosby. They have to take Crosby to every game. He gets after the quarterback. He set this sack up here. And of course, he gets those pressures. When I say pressures, I mean the ones that lead to incompletions. Oh yeah, and Crosby plays the run well too. There he chased the play down with his speed and quickness, and here he's going to win at the point of attack. Crosby just doesn't stay blocked. And here he's finally going to draw a holding penalty. They've been holding him all year. The Raiders just need Malcolm Koonce to come through on the other side and Tyree Wilson to come through inside. The Raiders also need middle linebacker Robert Spillane to bring his lunch pail again. As usual, he personally played the run well against the Colts. He stuffs the run up the middle, and he can go sideline to sideline to make tackles. Here he's going to diagnose it, pull the trigger, get downhill, and make the play. Now watch him take on the guard to stuff this inside run. Spillane was also steady as usual in pass coverage. But unfortunately, the Colts kept slamming running back Jonathan Taylor up in there. Here he is with a touchdown pretty early in the game. They double team Spillane on this play, so someone else has to get to the ball. Here they're going to trap nose tackle John Jenkins and get up to the second level on Spillane. That's well executed and a nice run by Taylor. And as the defense wore down, Taylor got stronger. The Raiders as a team can't play against a run like that against the Broncos. The Colts got Taylor off on a couple of screens too. Brandon Faison is finally healthy, so I want to see more of him. And we need strong safety Trayvon Merritt to keep covering tight ends just like this. But what the Raiders don't need is more of this from Amik Robertson. I know you guys love him, but he's too feast or famine for me. I don't think he's a starting corner. The Raiders also need Jack Jones to bring his A game and be where he's supposed to be when he's in zone. And if he looks back for the ball on this play, he doesn't have to commit this pass interference. The Raiders don't need these slippages in coverage. On offense, Josh Jacobs is going to be out again, so yes, they need to bring Zamir White. White started off pretty good. It actually looked like he was going to wear the Colts defense out just like he did the Chiefs. He was hammering it in there and picking up positive yardage. But unfortunately, the Raiders didn't get the ball to him enough. He had 20 carries on the day. If he had 5 more, he would have started ripping off bigger chunks. The Raiders need to get the ball to White more in the running game and the passing game. I tell you what though, the interior offensive line can't block like this near the goal line. Right guard Greg Van Roten just got dealt with. And the tush push ain't gonna work if you can't get a regular push from the interior. Alright, let's go ahead and run this. Fullback Jakob Johnson went the wrong way. He should have went straight to the middle linebacker. Now he has to go back out and try to get him, but it's too late. That linebacker has a full head of steam coming downhill, so he's going to make the play. The Raiders have to run the ball better near the goal line. But I tell you what they did do. They got Devontae Adams going in the red zone. That's that fade right there. And here he is on the pivot route coming inside. But the Raiders didn't just get Adams going in the red zone. They got him going all over the field. Watch him turn his man around on this out route. And here's a nice route, throw by Aiden O'Connell, and catch. The Raiders made a real concerted effort to get him the ball last Sunday. He had 13 catches for 126 yards on 21 targets. The Raiders need to do something similar to that this coming Sunday, and that'll open up things for others. One thing the Raiders definitely have to do against the Broncos is protect the passer better. O'Connell is not one of those guys that can escape the pocket. He doesn't have the acceleration to get out of there. He has a 60.2 passer rating under pressure. Everybody's passer rating goes down under pressure, but 60.2 is too far. This right here could have been a touchdown. I think he held it a millisecond too long. Now keep in mind they're playing a Broncos team that has a strong interior presence on defense. It'll be tough to run if the interior offensive line doesn't bring it. They can get after the quarterback a little too. Then of course there's Patrick Surtain Jr. O'Connell better throw it right when throwing in his direction. On offense, you never know when receiver Jerry Jeudy's going to show up. When he does, so the Raiders better be ready for him. The Broncos' running game has also been hit and miss, but the Raider run defense has been inconsistent too. The Broncos will gash you if you let them. One thing we know is the Broncos don't protect the passer that well, so the Raider defensive line should take advantage. Alright, here we go. It's the last week of the season. They're playing the division rival Denver Broncos to make Pierce undefeated in the AFC West for this year. The majority of the players want him to keep the job, so they better do everything they can to go out there and win. To do that, they can't just go out there and play the way they did against the Colts last week. Well, there are actually a few things they did well, so they need to take those things to Bronco Week. But then there are those things they did well the previous couple of weeks but didn't do well against the Colts last Sunday. They can't have that again. Thank you for watching. See you next time.